Hello everyone. So in today's lecture we are going to see how we can auto start AWS EC2 instance using CloudWatch, AWS Lambda and AWS SNS service. So this is how the architecture of our lab is going to look like today. So first we will be creating one IAM role with a conditional IAM policy, and then we will be creating one CloudWatch, and then we will be configuring it for time-based events, and then we will be creating a Python based Lambda function which will be using the Boto3 library, and then we will be assigning this particular IAM role to that Lambda function. This Lambda function will auto start EC2 or auto stop EC2 based on particular time schedule, and also this Lambda function will be sending one SNS notification which will be sending one email to the respective user. So let's jump into our lab for today. So here I'm in my AWS console home for today's lab. So if I go to my EC2 dashboard, so I have two EC2 instances running over here which I'm going to use for today's lab. So if I go back to my EC2 console, as a first step we will be creating IAM role, and for that I will be going to the IAM dashboard. To go to the IAM dashboard, click on the services menu and go to the security, identity and compliance. Here you will find the IAM. Now go here. So first we will be creating a custom policy which we can assign to our respective IAM role. So for that, from the left hand side menu, go to the policies, click on create. Here select the service as EC2 and expand the right section and search for the stop. Check this box and now search for the start and select the start instances. Now collapse this and scroll down, and here we will be keeping everything as a default, and we can choose for the all resources. You can go for the specific one here which we have already discussed in the previous lecture, but for this lab let's go for the all. Click on add more permission. Here search for the logs, go to the CloudWatch logs, again expand the right section and select create log group, create log stream, and again search for the put and select put log events. Again go for the all and click on next. Give this policy a name. Scroll down and click on create policy. Now go to from the left hand side menu, go to the roles and click on create. Here select AWS Lambda, click on next. Here select the filter type as customer managed and select our newly created policy and click on next. Give it a name, scroll down and click on create. So this is done. Now let's go back to AWS dashboard. As a next step, we will be creating our Lambda function. So for that, click on services and under the compute section, go to the AWS Lambda. Click on create here, author from scratch, give it a name, select the runtime as Python 3.9, scroll down, expand the section, change default execution rule, click on use an existing one, and here select our newly created IAM rule and click on create function. Once the function is created, scroll down and go to the code source and remove this sample code. And now here we will be using this particular Python script to stop the instance. A similar script will be used for starting the instance. So this is a simple Python script which is using the Boto3 library. So first here it is importing this particular Boto3, and then we are specifying the region here in the form of a variable. That means US is to OYO region. Here I am specifying the instance IDs which I want to stop or start by the use of this lambda function in the form of list, and here we are calling the Boto3 client library, and here we are calling the stop instance function, and here I am printing the message with the instance ID for the machines which have been stopped. You can go to this particular URL to refer these further. If you will see this AWS Boto3 documentation, you will find the function details over here and also the parameters which can be given, and also what are the return times, etc. So you can refer it more here. You can note down this URL, or you can just do a simple Google search of this, say EC2 stop instances, and the first result should be good here. So this is the result we are looking for. You can refer this documentation if you are further interested. Now let's go back to our activity. Copy the stop script, Control C, go to our Lambda and paste it here and click on deploy to save the changes. Now the changes have been saved. You can test this function right now. Click on text and give it any random name. Click on save and click on test. Here you can see these particular instance IDs have been stopped. Now if I go back to my EC2 dashboard, I can see both of these machines have been stopped. Now let's start this. Now let's go back to our Lambda function. Copy this function AR1 as it might be used in the future and save it somewhere. Now go back to AWS console and click on simple notification service. For that, click on the services menu. Under the application integration section, you can go to the SNS service. From here, from the left hand side, go to the topics and click on create topic. Go with the standard type here, give it a name, scroll down, keep everything as a default, and here delivery status logging, select AWS Lambda, and let's create new service role. Here keep everything as a default and click on allow. Scroll down and click on create topic. Once the topic is created, scroll down and click on create subscription. Select the protocol as email. Give your email ID. Scroll down and keep everything as a default and click on create subscription. Now it is pending confirmation. Go back to your mail client and look for the mail with the subject AWS notifications. If you are not able to find, then look it in the spam folder. Click on confirm and this is confirmed. And I can see status confirmed here. Go back to AWS console and now click on CloudWatch. Here from the left hand side menu, expand event section and click on rules. Click on create. Rule type should be schedule. So when you will select schedule, it will ask you to continue in event with scheduler. Click on that. Give it a name. Keep this as a default and scroll down. Select occurrence should be recurring and schedule type should be wait based. Now give it the value 24 and select the unit as hours. Flexible time window off. Give your time zone here and give the start date. So start date I am giving 5 minutes from now. And give it an end date and click on next. Here select the all APIs and search for the Lambda. Go to the next page and select the invoke from here because here we are invoking the Lambda function. Here keep this as a default. Payload I don't want to send anything because we are hard coding the whatever instance IDs in our Python code. So click on next and sorry, I have to choose the function here. So select our auto start sub function and click on next. Select none and go with the create new rule for this schedule and click on next. Verify the things, click on create schedule. So this has been created. Now let's go back. Now select our Lambda function, select our EC2 function and click on add destination. Here condition type be on success. Select our topic and click on save. So now everything is created. So let's take a pause for a couple of minutes and wait for the notification to come. So here, we have received the notification, and if I open this, I can see about details about the function execution. Now if I go back to my EC2 instance dashboard and if I remove this filter, I can see both my machines are in stopped state. Now if I go to the CloudWatch and from the left hand side menu, if I expand logs and go to the log groups and go to this one, and here you can see the particular log streams which have been generated on this respective time. So this is our test log and this is our log from the CloudWatch. So if I go here, I can see these particular machines have been stopped. So you can see the log events from here, from the CloudWatch log groups. So in the similar fashion, you can create a similar schedule for starting the EC2 instances on your as per your requirement, and you can use this particular script. So this script and these two URLs I am going to put into the pinned comment, because actually description doesn't allow me to put the code. So I will be putting this into the pinned comment. So this marks the end of this chapter. I hope you have liked this lecture and learned something from it. So please do provide your feedback, and thank you for watching, and have a nice day ahead. Thank you and have a good day. Thank you so much.